9 days ago, I decided to cover a YouTuber by the name of Clara Dao. Now, Clara Dao's content usually evolves around body positivity, and she's gotten pretty popular on multiple platforms. She has a TikTok account with over 3 million followers, as well as a YouTube channel with over 4 million subscribers. However, due to the recent controversy we'll be discussing in this video, all of her comment sections have been reduced to this, which is just nothing but negativity, as well as her YouTube subscriber count dropping very rapidly, with her losing over 10,000 subscribers in the matter of 24 hours. And while I'm no YouTube analyst, losing that many subscribers in a day is kinda crazy. Clara also wound up posting a response to all this drama, but it honestly wasn't a good one, and it looks like she's just playing the victim. But before we go over the response, let me briefly talk about some backstory. As I said before, Clara's content mainly focuses on body positivity, which in a nutshell just means she's supposed to make people feel comfortable in their own skin. And she used to do a very good job at doing that.
What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? We got what you looking for.
Funny content like this, of her embracing her body and spreading positivity, are what so many people followed her for. Like, you can pretty much go back in any one of her comment sections before the recent months and find nothing but positivity. For example, you could click on any random video and find comments like this: "Hey, I just found out your account and it honestly made me feel great since I also have insecurities about my body. Thank you." Receiving comments like these as an influencer is probably one of the best feelings in the world, because you actually feel like you're helping people. And if her goal was to spread awareness because she's been going through stuff like this all her life, comments like these probably motivated her to post more. But as the saying always goes, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And a villain is exactly what she is in the eyes of her viewers. Before we continue, I wanted to say that we'll be using the term ED to describe eating only because YouTube censors it. So I'm pretty sure we all know what an ED is. It's basically defined as abnormal eating behaviors that adversely affect a person's physical or mental health. And because of this, we know that EDs aren't a good thing, and definitely not something you should be promoting on your YouTube channel. Especially a YouTube channel where you've been cultivating an audience around body positivity for literal years. But on September 5th of 2024, that's exactly what she do, with the video titled "The Surprising Habits That Keep Me Skinny, No Diet Needed."
So the first habit is I don't eat when I'm not hungry, and I only eat when I'm like really hungry. I often don't remember to eat unless I really feel it in my stomach. I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungry. And then I realize that, oh, it's like 7 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything all day. That hunger, I just don't experience it. I think that it's so common for everywhere actually, not just in North America, but in Asia as well, to have like regular mealtime, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and people just eat when it's mealtime, not necessarily because they are hungry.
So in this video, Clara is talking about her eating habits in a normal day and how she doesn't usually eat that much food. She says she only likes to eat when she is very hungry or when her stomach is hurting, which basically alerts her that she hasn't eaten yet. And look, obviously this isn't a good or healthy lifestyle to live, and I don't think you'd find any evidence that this is a healthy lifestyle or any study that supports these eating habits at all. But to each their own, because we're allowed to eat however we want. The problem arises when Clara tries to pass this lifestyle/terrible eating habit off as a fact to her viewers, knowing that most of her viewers are very young and impressionable.
And I think that that has to change, because back in our hunter-gatherer day, which is like hundreds of thousands of years ago, we didn't have food lying around. We didn't have an abundance of food. We had to actually work really hard to find the food. And food is like someday you can eat, other days you can go 1 or 2 days or even longer without food. That's how we have evolved. And trust me, I have read a lot about this. I have learned and educated myself a lot about health and fitness and nutrition. So I can speak about this with confidence that like this is healthy.
So in that clip, she's basically saying to her viewers that she's read the books and attained the knowledge to know that eating like a 21st century human being is bad for you, because back in the hunter-gatherer days, they didn't eat like that.
What? What did he say?
Oh yeah, also that people should trust her opinion on this because she's read like 5 books on the subject and practically became an expert in the field. That's the equivalent of watching like a season of Grey's Anatomy and thinking you can now perform surgery. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. She then reinforces my thoughts that she has no idea what she's talking about by also saying this:
I'm not advocating for yourself. I'm not advocating for restrictive eating. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about eliminate completely snacking in between meals, always eating something throughout the day. I don't think that is healthy. All that snacking, all that like eating when you're not hungry, it's just extra calorie. And of course, when you keep doing that, you're gonna gain weight.
And remember, she's the expert here, so we should listen to her because she's read like 5 books. We don't need to use Google to fact check this or anything because we should just listen to her. But if we were to fact check her, we'd figure out that the solution to eating bad snacks would be to just eat healthy ones, which is vastly different from just completely cutting snacks out of your diet. But once again, I have no idea what I'm talking about because I didn't read 5 books on it. After Clara posted this monstrosity of a video, she obviously received a lot of hate for it, because to keep it simple, she's trying to pass off terrible advice to her viewers that would do nothing but harm. And it's low-key bordering the line of an ED by choice. And usually, when people post a bad video like this, and the community obviously isn't happy with it at all, an apology is given after a bit of self-reflection to try and correct anything harmful that was put out. Because I mean, there are comments from 5 months ago from people who were pretty angry about this, saying that she's pretty much just turned into every other influencer. But instead, Clara just posted like normal and didn't even address anything. And I'm guessing she was hoping that this would just silently go away. And it probably would have until we started making videos on it. And surprisingly enough, after we started making these videos, Clara finally responded.
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the sue. Yeah, that song.
I just said I don't eat when I'm not hungry, but the internet canceled me because I star myself and promote ED. Like, make it make sense. Yes, Clara, because you made a 21-minute video and only said, I don't eat when I'm not hungry. Like, did she forget the video is still up? You were damn near making a tutorial for people to show them how to not eat. And it's even crazier to me that she only made this response after people started making videos on her, but when her community was upset about it, she didn't say anything. And her inability to understand why people are upset with her and look at her video through another perspective is insane to me, because it seems like everybody else can but her. If people are misunderstanding what she said, or she didn't mean to say something a certain way, she could have made a follow-up video months ago and simply just clarified where she went wrong in the original video. Like, she's literally had 4 to 5 months. The comments have been there. Instead, she went silent, didn't answer her community, waited for people to start hating her, and now she's finally responding and trying to play the victim. But now, it's gotten to the point to where her own audience isn't even behind her anymore, because if you go to her response on TikTok, all the comments are against her, with comments saying, this is actually a sad response, stop playing the victim, no one's on your side, and many more exactly like it. This should be a 101 course as to how not to respond to drama, because a simple apology months ago would have sufficed, but now her community is way past the apology stage.